So here this is user detailed reducer and this is user detailed actions. Okay, so in user detailed actions, what is happening, like whenever I will be, don't look upside, just look here. So focus on line 31. So whenever I will be doing like this, dispatch dispatch, say I would be doing like this, right? type, I should be ideally doing like this. Action type sort, fetch user details, failure, now success, and payload would be data and some data, gibberish data. Okay, so when I would be dispatching it, so when I would be dispatching this selected action, so this will be type and this will be payload, and inside payload the data is like this. So in actuality, when I would be using the React, I would be calling it like this: dispatch action types dot fetch. I would be ideally doing it like this, sorry. I will be calling this, and then I would pass the data, this data. So what will happen, that in actuality, while using the React Redux, I would dispatch the action like this. Okay, the action name and the data. Now when the action name and data I will give, so what will happen, that it will go on to fetch user details success, and now this complete object will be returned, where type will be this thing and payload will be this user. So I will get what, I will get this thing. So you understand, like when I will call on line 33, I will eventually get line 31. Now when I will dispatch this thing, so it will come in reducer. Okay, so I would be dispatching this, right? So now calling this line would come here and then fetch user details success. This action would be matched, and what will, and now we will mutate the state. This will be our state. We will put loading to false and we will put user as payload dot user. Why? Because you can see payload dot data, actually this is my bad, this should be user. Okay, why user? Just a second. Because you can see I am doing here user, ES6 in syntax, right? In failure success I am doing user. So actually I will receive this. So the summary part, when I will call like this, I will get this. So the entire function of importance of this code, highlighted code, would be only whenever I will be dispatching the function name along with some data, we would get this action. Okay, now so the actual thing will start from here only. So now this action would be dispatched, and when it will come under the reducer, it will catch here, and then it will update the state, and again my component will be re-rendered. Now talking about the redux saga, what happens, like during this whole process starting from here, okay, during this process starting from here to reaching the reducer and eventually changing the state, in between this only, what happens, that redux saga keeps on listening for the actions for which we want it to. Like suppose if we keep the redux saga uh, uh, if we ask the redux saga to listen to this action, so whenever this action would be dispatched, redux saga would immediately come into the picture, and that would be happened only because of the watcher saga. So watcher saga will look into this, it will come into the picture, it will again spawn some tasks using via the worker saga. Worker saga will do some work and then they will return some data. Now that data would be sent straight away to the reducer, and then it will come here, and now state mutations would be done, and then re-render would be done. Thank you.